renewal with Volunteer Landfill. It's the First Amendment to Waste Disposal Agreement. This paper. This is just a renewal of our terms with them as our contracted landfill. All this was set forth in the first time we signed the contract with them, so this is standard procedure. It's time for the renewal. It's a three-year renewal. Both Joe and Jeff have reviewed it, along with myself. And this is exactly the same thing that we've done the first time, with the only difference being the tipping fees went up to $28.38, which is within our projected increases. It's the escalator clause that was built into it originally. So I have that for consideration and hopefully approval so that we can continue on. This is a 3-year term. Yes, sir. We motion to approve this, and that's just business as usual. We'll run this through the committee, and then it'll be in our full commission next week.
I'll make the motion to accept this agreement with solid waste of Scott County.
Yeah. Volunteer landfill, solid waste, Scott solid waste, yeah.
We got a second.
A second.
Roll call, please.
Beverly Hall,
Yes.
David Atkins,
Yes.
Charles Baird,
Yes.
3 yeses.
All right, thank you for that. Next item on the agenda, if you remember a month or so back, is it okay to go ahead, Chairman? You guys approved the sanitation department to enter into, start taking accepting credit and debit cards. That's the document you'll find here with Forte. This is the payment processing agreement that I've reviewed. Joe and Jeff all have reviewed. It's a standard credit card processing agreement with the exception that they do government entities, and it integrates with our software that we already have. Took me about 6 months to find this company that would tie into our waste works. And then with this agreement, and then this next page is their pricing index. We'll be operating under the service fee pricing schedule, which means there's no cost to the county. The customers will pay the extra fee, the 3% or whatever. The only cost to the county is the first, we gotta buy the equipment. $450 for the card reader, plus shipping, and then they'll handle everything from there. Once we approve this, if it's your wheel, then all I have to do is get my money and let him set another account up for these funds to go into so that they can be reconciled properly amongst the accounts. And then the last page here, this is a sample of how they reconcile with their system. It's a daily reconciliation, which is what we need. So at the end of the day, we can go in there, reconcile all of our transactions, and then forward that stuff to Monty, and then Monty will take care of the money works and stuff on his end. Once again, like I said, these have been reviewed by myself, Joe, and Jeff. Yes.
That's your recommendation.
It is my recommendation. Like I said, it took me 6 months to find these companies that, not just any card processing company can do government work. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is finding a company that would integrate with our software.
And everybody's
So
good with it.
everybody's good with it.
I'll make a motion if I can, go ahead and approve the First Amendment Waste Disposal Agreement, I'm sorry, the Forte pricing fee schedule.
We have a motion by Rusty, a second.
Do we need to do this a fee schedule or to use their equipment?
I'm sorry.
Do we need to say to use their fee schedule or use their debit machine?
Well, we're gonna be using their debit machine, and we'll be operating under, like I said, the service or the convenience fee pricing option. So when we send these applications in, and I've already talked to these people 4 or 5 times, we've done several conference calls, for sure. And the latest being today, I emailed them once again, and I said, I just need to double and triple and quadruple check that we're not gonna be, the county will not be responsible for any fees. So on the back page, you check the box that you're gonna be under the convenience fee, and then the only thing we gotta do is buy the machine, and we'll be under that, pay schedule, which means the customer pays all the additional fees.
And what was the motion again?
Motion to approve the Forte pricing fee schedule, credit card system, I guess.
Yeah, just the paperwork, we've already approved for me to do this, and this is just a further approval.
Put you in a contract with us.
Yes, put them in a contract.
Forte.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Because I think that's the only thing that I've been getting kickback now, is people want to pay, and they don't have cash. Everybody uses cards.
Yeah, I just wanted to use their system.
Yeah,
Well, that's fine.
yeah.
We'll use their system.
David Atkins,
Yes.
Beverly Hall,
Yes.
Rusty Orick,
Yes.
Charles Baird,
Yes.
with 4 yeses.
I guess I missed, which I didn't know Dwayne or whoever, Scott wasn't be here. Jim's already went over the waste disposal agreement.
We have. I can tell you, Rusty, that it's not changed. The tipping fees went up, but it's within the escalator clause that was set forth when we signed the contract originally. And, everything stayed the same, it's just time for renewal.
I'm good with it. You gotta have somebody to take it to.
Yeah, for sure. It's a 3-year agreement, so everything's in order. The next thing I have for you guys that we are gonna be, that I've been working on for the better part of a year is you have the, I don't know if you guys got it in front of you or not, the drawings for the transfer station, the new transfer station that we're gonna have that come. It's a lot of paperwork, but if you'll just filter through it if you haven't already. The first page here is where I had people out, and we took elevation measurements all over this site so that we can control the structure and the water runoff. And this thing is hopefully designed from A to Z like we need it to be. It's gonna be functional for the county, and it's also gonna be in compliance, very much so with PDEC, as far as our water runoff and the design of this thing. There's a lot of little fine print in here, and it's just a lot of stuff that we worked on, like I said, for the better part of a year to try to cover everything. And it's just the details in the footings and the building structure and yada, yada, yada.
Is this gonna put us, is this gonna put us with more coverage of our trash?
Yes.
I'm looking at, I don't know, read mark, S402.
So you see the footing details and you flip through, if you get back to,
I'd say TDEC will be happy because we're gonna cover, what, at least 2/3 more of the area than what we've got now.
so yeah, if you flip on back to S402, you don't have it.
That's okay, I'll just.
Here, you can have this one. Hand her that.
I found another copy.
This is what it's gonna look like when we're finished, hopefully.
Well, we're not going backwards, are we?
No, I mean, you can see that the smaller part is what we have now. And then this extended part with the roof only is where we poured the concrete previously. So that entire area up there will be covered with a roof and a concrete pad, which satisfies TDEC's regulations as far as refuse go.
Since I've been here, that's been one of the biggest complaints we have is, once we get outside that perimeter, that smaller building, then we're getting violation.
Yeah, and their view is water. They don't want the water runoff, the rain hitting it, and for us, it's a big deal because when it rains and that garbage gets wet, there's a big tonnage difference,
Yep.
huge tonnage, when we go across the scale. So,
If you go to Spear County's place, and I've actually been to it, it's almost 3 football fields covered. They take humongous amount of trash. You've been there, I'm sure.
Did you tell us it was gonna have like a sprinkler system in there too?
Beverly, I talked to them last week, and we were talking about doing a deluge system, which we thought would be a little less expensive. We done the flow test on it. We had people up from the Fault Utilities and NBI, and we done the flow test on the water. And the deluge system is gonna be too expensive. There's not enough flow there. There'd have to be a pump put in. So now we've backed off, and we're doing plans for a dry sprinkler system. And the reason that the dry sprinkler system works over a deluge system is because it's gonna be in zones. If you have 5 zones and you have a fire in zone 3, in theory, that's the only one that kicks on, so we got enough water to supply that zone.
That makes sense, don't it?
Yeah. That may mean for a little bit more money on our end, the dry system, but at least we're gonna have coverage. Now, I will say this, we don't know how much money we're getting out of our insurance yet from where the transfer station burned. But if you remember when we approved this, we had to come back because I wanted to have this designed out and the architect's drawings and all the design. And basically what I'm gonna do is, the money's gonna let us go as far as we can. You know, my hope is that we get the original structure back and this roof done out of what we get out of insurance proceeds, and then next year, we can come back and do the sprinkler system and other things. This thing's gonna have lights in it now, and, we're gonna have video cameras in there. I mean, I've spent a lot of time on the design of this with NBI, and it's gonna serve Campbell County for many, many years, like it needs to be. But the only thing is that we don't know, and I can't get cost estimates on what I've got, because it's illegal for a government entity to solicit bids just for the sake of finding out how much something's gonna cost. You can get roundabout quotes, but you can't get an exact bid. So, once we get this done, the NBI bids it, then we're gonna find out how far we can go with what insurance proceeds we got.
The original building was built like 2002, whatever.
That's been a while.
So you won't be able to take bids until you find out what the insurance is gonna be paying on it?
No, we're gonna start taking bids, once this is approved at committee, and then next week at commission, and then Thursday night at Building and Grounds, then I'm gonna call NBI and give them the go-ahead to pull the trigger. And my last communication with them last Friday, between myself, NBI, and Lisa, was I'd like to have bids back by July 31, so that we can start moving forward.
I don't think they expected that building that we got to last as long as it has. And we've had, what, 3 or 4 fires?
Yeah. And the sprinkler system, you know, we don't have any equipment in there now. We're not ever gonna store equipment in there again. It's just gonna suppress the garbage and keep it from burning our building hopefully again. So this is a step in the right direction, in my opinion.
You need a motion?
Need a motion for that.
Make a motion, we approve the design from NBI. Go ahead and start the project.
We definitely need to go ahead.
Why?
Need a second.
I said, we definitely need to go ahead and start on it. Yeah, I second that.
Second.
If we keep taking as much garbage,
There's 3 of us
Okay, we
here,
have a
so-
motion and a second. Roll call.
David Atkins,
Yes.
Beverly Hall.
Yes.
Rusty Orrick.
Yes.
And Charles Bair.
Yes.
4 yeses.
I guess the percentage of garbage that we're gaining from the cities now is really gonna help us out.
It's gonna help us all the way around, and I mean, my department, I mean, I got an email just today about the, it's doing really well, but the increase in garbage is, it's obvious, it's going up, and it's not gonna do anything but go up. But I will say for this committee and for the commission, that the changes that we've made collectively is, like with mattresses and things, that's making a big difference in the bottom line. I think we started taking mattresses on April 1st, and it's gonna be a good revenue stream to offset some things. So, that's that. Last thing I have is, last fall I applied for an equipment grant and got and received that for a brand new forklift and 6 40-yard open tops and 1 20. It's $100,000. The local match was, our part was about 5,000 tons.
Good deal.
You'll see a budget amendment for that tonight, because we're getting that, and that equipment should start arriving next week. But in this committee, if you all would like, I'm gonna apply for 2 more grants this month. One is a convenience center grant, and it is a cost sharing grant. My plan is to apply for compactors for the convenience centers. And if we get awarded the grant, then my ultimate goal would be to give the grant compactors to the convenience centers and take the compactors that we currently have at convenience centers and start putting them at schools.
It saved you a lot of headache.
Save a lot of headache. I am putting 1 compactor that I bought. I bought 2 compactors out of my budget about 3 months ago, and I'm putting another one at Well Springs, and I'm putting
Start to say we're still having complaints up there.
I'm putting another one at Well Springs, and I'm putting one at Valley View. That's in the works.
School.
At the school. But we still got several schools to get to, so that'll be a cost sharing grant, the convenience center, if we get it. If you all want to discuss anything, or,
I had a gentleman on me to ask when the dumpster's gonna be back at the White Oak.
it's which wide open?
Is this White Oak?
The convenience center or the school?
Convenience center.
It's there,
Is it there?
yeah. Yep. It's been there, actually. We got that compactor online about 3 weeks ago at the school, and that's where we took that dumpster back to White Oak. And by the way, White Oak Convenience Center has been paid since about 2 weeks ago, we got it paid.
We've been a while waiting on Robert's group on that.
We've been a while waiting on Roger's group, and I found out that Kelly was up there, they were doing that up there on
Davis Creek.
Davis Creek, and I reminded him that we needed to do White Oak, and he went on
I
up there.
bet their people's happy. If, unless Beverly wants to make it, you want to make the motion, ask for the grant, apply for the grant.
Why, yes.
I didn't want you to take them all and make all the motions.
Well, I made something before you got here, but I'll make that motion to apply for those 2 grants.
I don't know if you want to do them together or separate. One, the convenience center grant is a cost sharing grant, and the oil grant, the oil recycling grant, I'm going to apply for it as well for more
Two
equipment.
different ones, I say.
It's a non-matching grant, so whatever we get out of it, we just get.
I'd say just make a motion for both of them, knock it in the head. We're not going, this commission's not going to turn any free money down to the state, I wouldn't think. I'll second her motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, roll call, please.
David Atkins.
Yes.
Beverly Hall.
Yes.
Rusty Orrick.
Yes.
Charles Bair.
Yes.
The 4 yeses.
All righty.
Hey, there was somebody told me that, did Well Springs, did one of their dumpsters or something get struck by lightning or something up there? Did you know, did you know anything about it, Zach?
Years ago it did. That compactor did, and it burned
The
the pipe.
compactor did, when they first put it in, and burnt that board out of it.
Yeah.
But did insurance pay for that?
Uh-huh.
The last thing I have is,
I'm sorry.
Oh, the, it slipped my mind. I didn't have it wrote down because it wasn't that important, but go ahead.
Did you have a chance to check on the hepatitis shots and the tetanus shots, if the county would pay for the sanitation employees to get them?
I have, and Chet's working on that right now.
And
Yeah.
did you check on reimbursement for gas or gas mileage pay, or for the people who leave one point to go to another?
I haven't checked on that, but I will. Sometimes, we've got a Tahoe, and we try to, when people have to go far, we try to let them take it.
It'd be best though, when you use your own card, you pay for gas. We talked about that, you agree with that. It's an incentive too,
I don't know if the county can pay for the gas, I think they pay the inside county travel.
I used to get paid to go from McFarland to Jacksonville.
Inside county travel, you get so much per
Well,
mile.
it would be inside
Yeah.
county travel, like from sanitation to Elk Valley, or sanitation to Peabody, or
We don't have that many people that, or that many occasions that where.
people are absent.
Well, people are absent, but, I got staff most of the staff that works at Oswego live in Jellicoe.
But, it's not a matter of how many people, it's just when somebody's absent, somebody has to go to work.
Correct, and then when they do that, then we usually let them take a sanitation vehicle.
Like I said before, my son didn't take a sanitation vehicle.
We did, well,
And I mentioned it to Jack, I said, Jack, should make it, travel, gas.
Inside county travel,
Well,
we
anyhow,
don't get
it's-
it.
it's out there.
Commission can't get it
And
inside.
I've had some
But
employees
employees
come
can get
mention it
inside
to me.
county travel.
Yeah, I have. I can name names.
well, it's okay, like I said, we try to accommodate people when we ask them to go above and beyond their normal duties.
But, just check into it.
Yeah, I will.
Because I know other county departments do.
Yeah,
What about your front loader truck, how's it done?
still waiting on the pump. I tried calling today, I'm down, I'm gonna have to order another pump from another vendor.
And I know that you've already probably got figures, and it's gonna be astronomical, and that's why you're trying to put these compactors in the schools. But this commission's gonna have to look at that piece of equipment. It's about served its life, my understanding, what I've seen. Actually, I looked at it a couple of weeks ago.
The mayor and I went out, well, it's been about a month, we went out there.
I've got the cylinders, the new cylinders.
Are you talking about the dumpster truck for them loader, David?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the one that got wrecked whenever they delivered it to us, remember?
I can't remember, I know that.
Yeah, you remember when the whole door but they backed into it with the other truck, and nobody didn't say nothing, and still make them take it back and replace it. We went ahead and accepted it.
Can't remember, I know something's wrong with the front end arms on it. That's the biggest problem, it's burning up the cylinders and the pumps, and they're not cheap.
I bought new cylinders, and they was $6,000.
But the truck's not cheap to replace the truck when
No.
you find a decent.
I know.
If we can get to the point that we can do away with the dumpsters and go to compactors, then that eliminates having that truck. We could probably get by with the truck that we've got. But if we continue doing business with these schools,
Well, that's the hope. If we can get this pump in, put it back together, that it's minimal, so minimal now that it'll last us another year or two. That's the thought.
The only ones that's using the dumpsters is the schools, right, David?
health department,
The health department,
jail.
Well, health department would be more commitment to change over to a compactor than the school system. We tried to get the school system to do it one time. Matter of fact, when there was a child up at high school, got in the dumpster, and thank the Lord, the driver saw the kid in there before he picked it up and it compact. But the school system told us if we pay for it, they'd be gladly acceptable. Remember that, Johnny?
I remember the kid in the dumpster,
Mm-hmm.
went out of school.
Well,
Can I ask a question? Just for the record, are we legally required to pick up their trash?
no.
So we provide a great service, in addition to what we give above maintenance of effort, that we're not required to provide.
and if if you sit down and figured, what, 13 schools, and trash that comes out of those schools, and handling it, tipping fees, haulage fees, it would be astronomical, but the county's always kind of done that for them. But as soon as something happens, they ring their phones off the hook, wanting their garbage picked up because the front end loader truck ain't been around. And don't get me wrong, they need to understand, the school board, that is a service the county commission is actually eating themselves through that department. I mean, we got other departments out there, they won't hit a lick unless we write them a check. And, so anyway.
Well, if y'all recall, that just came up a couple meetings ago where we had a department charging for something they'd done to another department.
Well,
$10,000.
maybe Board of Education
So-
should check on, keep their garbage, they'll work it out.
And the point is that the commission and the sanitation department and the county is doing things, we're doing things to help people, not,
Well,
Yeah.
you get to the point in life, if you don't really, and people change, you know, if people get reelected and they get to be department heads and they don't realize, they think it's a God-given to them, that this is in stone, but it's not. It's a service that the county commission is funding through this department to pick up the trash for them.
They don't have.
And it's not just that, you can get a little deeper, you can get into the cities, you know, the trash, we have to take by law, take their trash, their household garbage, but we don't have to take their class for it. Above, the only thing, my understanding, and I've read the law, is the only thing we have to accept in the cities is their household garbage, am I correct? And this county commission is getting to a point, whether I'm on it in the next couple of years, or yours are on it, we're gonna be held at a standard, that something's gotta change on this class 4. And do I wanna see it not taking it? No, I don't. The state has said numerous of times, and I've had that conversation with them, with DDEC myself and nationally, that we shouldn't even be taking it. But we've got, and my point of view is, we've got to take it, because where else are they gonna take it? But it's getting to the point, just like this bill we approved, we gotta look for growth. If we don't look for growth, you're gonna be sitting in a few years, some commissions gonna have to be sitting, wondering how they're gonna get rid of the trash. Sorry, I don't wanna get
That's
on my
okay.
soapbox.
Okay, we're about to run out of time, so
that's all I got.
Everybody keeps nodding at the clock and want me to shut up.
we need a motion to adjourn.
Isn't it true that we have to provide them a place to take their trash? We don't have to take it for them.
That's-
My understanding is, as long we've got to pay the tipping fees.
That's what I mean, we got to provide them a place to take it, not haul it for them, not take it.
We need to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I'll say.